Hi, my name's Susante, or Anne Bottom is my pen name, and I run a charity and a business for stopping domestic violence, and I'm also a healer. And today I've got a healing for consciousness for the world. I stand in the power of my soul. I see and act as the Creator does. I am the Creator. Rescue and harmonious developments for the world and all beings. I seal and protect this space with my life shield, which I activate now. I'm protected from evil eyes, evil intent, and low vibrational beings and energy. And I'm also going to use the numbers 8888 for divine protection. And I now place these numbers all around my auric field. And this healing is done with permission from each soul before it is commenced. And all those who do not wish to take part can simply say no and they'll not receive the energy. And this information cannot be copied or taken as it's under copyright of the owner and the course providers. And this information is from my Genome Healing course, my Lightworkers Reiki workshop, and my NLP programming course, and my own personal downloads from Source. Okay, so I'm lifting off all limitation programs that have been placed on the earth plane so that the beings can be free again. And I'll now delete this program now, and I'm going to push the delete button on this now. And I'll use my hand to pull out all of these restrictions out of the atmosphere, the energy fields and minds, so they are no longer playing out for beings on earth. And I continue to do this with healing with my hands until I see in my mind's eye that all is clear again and functioning to the norm of the Creator. So I'll just leave my hands here for a minute. Okay. And I'll also release all baggage that's been held by beings on earth. And it's now safe for all of this to be let go of and to be released. And all vows made for anyone to be trapped and unable to escape on the earth plane. And I remove this program, I delete it, it's deleted, and all agreements and contracts associated with this, they're all null and void, and all timelines, dimensions, and space into infinity. And the matrix that was holding all of these controls up are now null and void and cut with the sword of God. And I see this matrix all fall to the ground and dismantled as dust. And I see that happening in my mind's eye. And I send all of this to the Creator for transformation. And all beings are free to go their own way that's right for them. And I send this vow back to the lifetime that it was connected to. And I resolve and release this agreement now. We cannot be held or pinned down in any way, as we are free beings, and all debts owed are paid back and the contracts are all cut up now. And we do not owe anyone anything at all, for we are free in every way. And I release and transmute all emotions and the matrix of greed, domination, materialization on the earth plane. This matrix has all collapsed on all timelines and dimensions and is no longer playing out on the earth field. And I'm also releasing the belief of being a slave to the system and to not having a voice of which to speak the truth and have your full power. We do not need to work the system, as we are building a better, healthier system that works for us and our lives. And the matrix of this program is now collapsed as I'm pulling out all roots, anchors, strings, beliefs, holding it in place on the earth plane, and all beliefs in energetic cords, dysfunctions, contracts are all pulled out and dismantled now. These systems were created by the Cabal, and we do not need this evil playing out in our lives, as we have a better way to live in freedom. And this was all formed from the group consciousness with the intent of keeping us as slaves to the system. And it was a building block of reality that we lived in at the time. And I'm using a wrecking ball to dismantle all of this now. And I can see this wrecking ball crashing through, collapsing it all. So we no longer has to play out on the earth plane. And I see in my mind's eye all of it go crashing down to the ground, falling as dust and dirt. It's all dismantled, and all anchors are pulled out. And I will place all of this into the quarantine cube, cleansed by the silvery light, the affinity symbol, and sent off for transformation to the Creator, so it will never bother us again in any lifetime, in any universe. And I will collapse this timeline that this is all playing out in, so that it is no longer available to us. This timeline has now collapsed. And the axis of evil cannot hurt anyone ever again. It is gone from our world and the earth plane, our universe and our solar system that we live in. And all beliefs, chains, hooks, roots, anchors, ropes, energetic cords are all pulled out from this now. And I'm going to push the delete button on it so it's all deleted in all time, spaces and dimensions. And yeah, it's deleted on the time zone, so it has collapsed and fallen in on itself. And I'm going to send in love energy to fill the void that's been left there. And no longer can anyone be stuck in the time loop, but they're lifted off this to live their best life now, going forward to their future. And some beings have leg irons on, so I'm going to release all of these now, so that beings are no longer stuck and unable to move forward. They're free and they're able to do whatever they wish again. And I hold the key for these in my hands, and I unlock all chains so beings can walk forward to their goals. And I place these chains all into the quarantine cube to be sent to the light of the Creator for transformation. And I fix these results with today's date and time into infinity. And I can see brain fog in many brains of beings on earth, so I'll reach in with my hands and I'll pull the brain fog out. So that all beings can see clearly again. Okay, and all beliefs of needing to stay small, I delete this agreement now, this time and date into infinity. Delete button is pushed on this now. Delete button pushed. All low emotions and transmuted and healed, return back into love energy again. I'm anchoring into all hearts, love and joy energy, so that this will play out for all beings on earth who are ready to hold these high vibrations. I see their heart chakras are open and in love, and they are standing up for the good of all beings on earth. They feel proud to make a stand and to do the right thing, to use integrity, to stand for truth. I see beings who also have mind traps playing out in their mind. I go in with my hands and I release all traps, so that all minds can now think for themselves, and I pull out the traps. And I'm going to place new pathways that are opening up for them into their brains, and these are activated and lit up with new information that work for the system. We're building a happier system that works for us in our lives. And the matrix of this program is all collapsed too, as I pull out all roots, anchors, beliefs holding it in place. Okay, and I can see a fear matrix above the earth playing out, and it's filling mine, so I will suck all of this out with God's vacuum cleaner. So I go in with the God's vacuum cleaner and I suck all low energy, negative beliefs out of all brains now. And this information is travelling in spirals down into the earth, covering the beings on earth. And it's all sucked up with God's vacuum now. And I send in love energy to fill in the void that's left. And thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. Okay, now we're going to do a healing with the Reiki symbol. This one here. Tsihiki. That's the Reiki symbol. Every thought that one continuously thinks makes an impression on the subconscious mind that will be exposed as action according to the thought. Even negative experiences frequently condition our attitude to our life and our beliefs. This kind of unconscious programming makes us attack the same distressful experiences over and over again. It is often very difficult to free ourselves of such ingrained patterns of behavior, even when we know the cause. But with the use of this Reiki symbol, it is possible to come into contact with the innermost being of a person and to change his or her program in such a way that this misguided information will be transformed and then set free. In this way, depression can be changed into joy of life, and fear will become trust. Often a being will gain insight into his or her behavior and recognize the causes of his or her problems with the help of the mental method, and it will also help to recognize and follow his or her goals in life more easily. So I place this symbol over the earth now to help all beings on earth at this time. So now I'm going to do a process for my NLP, and it's called the swish process. So okay, so I see the collective consciousness in my mind's eye, and the current present state of beings on earth is mostly of apathy and of being asleep, as the old matrix has been playing out for many centuries on the earth plane. And this is the old screen playing out for many beings. And here are some questions to ask yourself. How do you know it is time to act and think for yourself, to take action in your life? Okay, so create a picture of yourself in your mind's eye. And my intent for you is I would like you to see a big screen in your mind's eye and to think for yourself, to take action, to become active and to speak your truth and to stand up for your own rights. And number 2, I'd like, do you have a picture of that in your mind's eye now? Okay, good. So number 3, I'd like you to step into the picture with your eyes wide open, with full colour of the event and the full intensity playing out for you. Now you can make the picture you see as close or as far away as you can. Number 4, now I'd like you to see yourself in your mind's eye, step out of the picture, but to see the picture of your body still in the picture as dark. Now make this picture really, really small as you can, and send it to the left-hand corner of your screen in your mind. Now take the old picture, bring it back onto your screen for you to view through your own eyes. Now number 6, with the old picture on the screen, I'd like you to place the new picture of you taking action, standing up for your own rights. Now place this picture onto the lower left-hand corner and see it dark and very, very small. Number 7, now I'd like you to have the new picture explode up onto the screen in your mind and to be big and as bright as can be, to see this happening in present time and to have this cover the old picture that you had in your mind. The one where you were not doing anything and waiting for others to take action or staying quiet. Now I'd like you to shrink the old picture down to the left-hand corner of your screen. Make it so small that you can hardly see it anymore, and see it disappear and float off into space till it's completely gone. It's no longer there. Now push the delete button on this. Delete button pushed, so you can no longer play out in your mind. And now so it's disappeared from view and in your mind's eye. So now, number 8, we're going to clear the screen. And number 9, the new picture is up on the screen again. It's playing out with all the people of the earth, all standing up for their rights, making a stand for truth and peace and freedom. And now we're going to anchor this new picture into all subconsciouses of beings on earth who are ready for this. And number 10, what do you get when you go back to look at the old picture? And if nothing, that's great. If not, then you may need to do this process a few more times, or to see a life coach to do some more work on this, or an NLP coach can help. Okay, so I'm now going to fix this result, this time and date, into infinity. And thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. Okay, so we now accept this part of ourselves as being our present existence, and I bring in new learnings that are being learned and experienced. And I'm going to anchor into all beings on earth who are ready for this activation into their heart chakra, a safe, happy state for all on earth to live in. I'm expanding the minds of beings on earth so that they're able to hold this new information, and in this way we can create change happening on the earth school. And we create miracles with our own thoughts and beliefs, should we wish to. As every action we take is affecting every other action that we or others take on the earth. And we don't need to get sucked into all the chaos. If we don't wish to, we can go into the void where everything is calm and possible, as what we focus on is what we will then expand for us. So concentrate on the good things in your life. We are carrying peace and harmony everywhere we go on earth. We do not need to point fingers at anyone, but to continue to work on ourselves so that we do better. All our dots are now connecting as one powerful ball of love that bounces off all beings' light fields and spreads right around the world. And we can create a place called clarity with our positive thoughts and processes that are happening for us now. And we remove all negative thoughts in our mind and transform them back to the Creator's norm. And thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. Okay, and now I'm just going to read the universal law of manifestation. There are actions, sounds, techniques, mental energy, and symbols which, when understood, will enable one to manifest first energy, love, money, peace, joy, etc. into one's aura. Then with practice and increased love, hold this in the heart and emotional body and any physical objects. Thought is a force, even as electricity or gravitation. The human mind is a spark of the almighty consciousness of God. Whatever the powerful mind, holding a pure thought, that which excludes any other thought, believes intensely, will instantly come to pass into reality. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the cords that I've shared in this healing group, and I'll use my hands to cut the energetic cords, also any ancestral lineage that was attached on the timeline. And I see everyone having all their roots ground deeply into Mother Earth, anchored into her, with our feet chakras that are open, And I bring the earth energy up through all roots, and I fill all entire bodies now to 1 meter above all heads. We're now perfectly balanced in spirit, heaven, matter, and earth. All that is within and around us is now transformed to the light stream that's shining down on us. And thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. Thank you.